Hello, 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 hello. Oh boy. Hello. It's loading. Hello, hello. Alright. I do think that it is working. I do think that this is another episode of Shooting the Breeze, episode number 48. As we'll be providing our Week 10 NFL predictions, as well as playing some Fall Guys. It's been a minute since we've had this happen because the last time I tried to do it, it lagged a lot, and it kind of bothered me. Uh, and then we almost delayed it because right when I was getting ready to start filming, there was a freaking update for Fall Guys, but luckily it didn't last long. So NFL predictions in our spare time. We had a lot of extra side stuff to potentially talk about with NBA notes and wrestling notes because we had a loaded Wednesday night because we had NXT Aaron, we had AEW Aaron, and we had some crazy NBA games going on as well. So we're going to go through the NFL notes, and then in our free and spare time and closing time, we'll discuss those extra things I just mentioned. As well, I'm going to promote my WCW My GM mode. I've already filmed the next episode. Episode 15 was just uploaded yesterday. Episode 16 is our WrestleMania event. I had a lot of fun filming both. I have no clue when the newest episode will be uploaded. Probably Sunday. At the latest, Monday. I'm still, what's weird is I had my schedule for October like completely figured out. And we're already in November. I don't even know what today's date is, to be exact. But I have no plans for November, except for obviously Shooting the Breeze, ROH reviews, and I cannot wait. But at some point this month, we'll be doing a fantasy booking for the AEW Continental Classic too. So we'll get to that when we get to that. But y'all are here for NFL Week 10 predictions. We got 4 teams on a bye, including my Green Bay Packers, who I'm not even going to discuss the game last week. There's a lot to say. I will say, which I almost have to say this every year, it's disappointing that the trade deadline, we didn't really... I can't say, oh, well, we didn't make a trade, because we technically traded Preston Smith away. Wishing Preston the best. But, we didn't make a trade to improve our team. And almost any contending team did. So, that is what it is. Also on their buys are the Cleveland Browns, Las Vegas Raiders, and Seattle Seahawks. So I do not have to worry about saying Seattle Supersonics accidentally. Which I think if I harp on and say, oh, well, I didn't say... Because there's a couple of times where I've slipped up and said Supersonics over Seahawks. If I harp on it, then I don't think it'll happen. But just kind of give a nod to it at least. As our first game to talk about, an exciting Thursday night football game. I will admit, well, last week was Texans and Jets, which was a good game. This week, another one. Divisional rivals. And probably, I don't know if we could say it was the game of the year, their first matchup, but it was definitely, I think, a top 3 candidate. And the main reason that I considered delaying this until doing this episode Shooting the Breeze until Saturday. That way I had more things to talk about. But the main reason I'm doing it today is A, to keep the tradition alive, and B, because we had a good and big Thursday night football game. That being the Cincinnati Bengals at the Baltimore Ravens. I actually really like this map. I'm glad that I just got this map. As always, I don't think I've picked against the Ravens this season. I don't think that I will tonight. But I do think that this will be an extremely close matchup like their last one was. The next matchup, which I believe is taking place in Germany, is the New York Giants at the Carolina Panthers. To the fans that are going to the game, or more importantly, waking up early to watch this, they kind of doing y'all dirty. They could have chose a better game, I feel. But who could? I think that the Giants are probably going to win the matchup. I'll give the Panthers credit for winning last week, but I'm going to go with the Giants as I'm trying to concentrate. I don't understand. Oh, it should be good right there. Next, New England Patriots at Chicago Bears. As much as I'd appreciate the Patriots winning this, I would be very surprised if they did. So I'll go with the Bears. Buffalo Bills at Indianapolis Colts. This should be a good game. The Colts are just a very confusing team and cannot put it all together. The Bills are not really that. So I'm going to go with the Bills in this matchup. Minnesota Vikings at Jacksonville Jaguars. Just like I said about the Bears matchup, as much as I'd like the Jaguars to win, probably won't happen. Denver Broncos at Kansas City Chiefs. A divisional game. A game that is normally dominated. A matchup that is normally dominated by the Chiefs. I am going to go with the Chiefs winning because they're still undefeated. I do not think they'll finish this season undefeated. When the hell the streak will end, I don't know yet. But this matchup will be a lot closer than probably previous. Which, to be fair, I do believe the Broncos beat them at least once last year. I just blew a big lead. Got the lead back. Okay. No way. Bro, how the hell they get in front? Anytime I dive on this map, it never works. I overshoot it. Just like that. Look, just like that. I overshoot it. Oh, hell no. I wish. Did I miss that? Okay, it's tied again. I never do that one right. Oh, hell no. We lost. We lost. I already know we did. Please. Ugh. Tied game! I don't know where this last one is. I just blew it. I had no clue where that last one was. Damn. That sucks. Not only cost because I'm extremely disappointed and pissed. Denver Broncos at Kansas City Chiefs. Game will be closer than usual, but I'm going with the Chiefs to win. Another divisional matchup. This one being the Atlanta Falcons at the New Orleans Saints. It is in... I can't say that it's that insane that the Saints, like, started off the season so incredible, but the two teams that they beat, I guess better words, dominated, their season has completely fallen apart as well, so it's not as lucrative as once was. Atlanta, it's kind of a hot potato team. We don't really talk about Atlanta as much as we probably should, but it's not like they do anything that is like overly impressive, but I do anticipate them winning this matchup. San Francisco 49ers at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I'm going to do it. The Buccaneers, since their injuries have been piling up, which definitely is something that you don't want to talk about and think about, that's also been the case for the 49ers. They have at least been competing and have been in the games that they've been in, competing in. Playing, I guess I should have said. I'm going to do it. I'm picking the freaking Buccaneers. Pittsburgh Steelers at the Washington Commanders, I feel, is the coin flip game of the week because both teams have had an impressive start to the season. I believe that I probably put it in the description that they are on a winning streak, both sides, because I'm pretty sure they are, because I don't recall the last time either side lost a freaking game. And the Steelers are coming off a bye. The Commanders are coming off a win against the Giants. Who will I go with? This is a map I've not done so much, so this is why I'm trying to concentrate here. So I just got hit. Oh no, I can't see anything. Oh no. Ho ho ho! Alright. I have no clue what the hell's happening there. Which way am I supposed to be going? Am I supposed to be going that way? I guess so. Wait for these platforms to come back. I'm also trying to think about Steelers Commanders as well. I think the popular choice would be the Commanders. But I think I'm going to go to the opposite route and go with the Steelers. Oh my god, how am I stuck? Oh, hell no, that did not just happen. Oh my god. Okay, let's just go ahead and concentrate on the next one. Go with the Steelers. Tennessee Titans at the Los Angeles Chargers. I'm going to go with the Chargers. The Chargers have had a very quiet season. But at least they're, like, competitive and winning games. But to be fair, outside of, like, last season, has kind of been their MO in what they've done. The Titans got a win last week. But I don't know if that momentum's going to be enough to carry over into this week. And the Chargers got a win last week as well. So, like, they kind of X's that out. New York Jets at the Arizona Cardinals. This is a difficult game to predict because these are two teams that I normally always, I can't say always predict, but the Jets I kind of have. The Cardinals, majority of the times I kind of lean towards predicting them. I think that the Jets want to make a run at things and they want to start winning games, and they beat the Texans, who you would say is probably a better team than the Cardinals. So I think I'm going to go with the Jets. Philadelphia Eagles at the Dallas Cowboys. Another divisional matchup that is not as highly anticipated this season or this week as well, because the Cowboys have been disappointing this year and injuries are starting to pile up on their side. So I'm going to go with the Eagles, obviously. Detroit Lions, boo, at the Houston Texans, the Sunday Night Football matchup. On fantasy, it did say that Nico Collins should be back for this matchup, which would make it more interesting and more intriguing to pick Houston. I think the popular pick is going to be the Lions, so I'm going to go the opposite route again and pick the Texans. As our last matchup is probably the one I'm most excited for. How the hell did somebody already qualify? Monday Night Football. The Miami Dolphins at the Los Angeles Rams. I think this is a make or break game for Miami. I very much think it's already difficult for them to do anything this season, but if they don't win this game, then they probably not at all, you know. And it's the trade deadline's already passed, which I ain't going to detail into. I've already kind of talked and gave my damn thoughts about it. I don't know. I think this is going to be another game where everybody outright picks the Rams, but it's going to be very competitive and back and forth. So I'm going to go with the Rams. But I wouldn't be surprised if the Dolphins win, which I have not said that in a while. So, Ravens, Giants, Bears, Bills, Vikings, Chiefs, Falcons, Buccaneers, Steelers, Chargers, Jets, Eagles, Texans, and Rams are Week 10 predictions. I also did the math. Out of the 100, I believe it's 138 games have been played thus far. I didn't write it down. This is all from memory. Out of the 138 games played thus far this season and that we've predicted, I've gotten 63% right, which what sucks about that, I'm not going to say sucks, but last season, once the season completed and I did the math on how many games I got right, it was 62%. So we're staying around the same range, but we've been putting up some good numbers because last week we were 12 of 15. The 2 weeks before that were 13 of 15. So could be worse, which I just say that about life in general, I guess. NBA notes, since we're done with our NFL predictions. The NBA notes, I will admit, is a bit disappointing because I feel in the case of the NBA, it's a lot of the same this week is what we discussed last week. The Denver Nuggets, the kind of the main difference, because a lot of last week I was focusing on the Nuggets' struggle, but the main thing was like, I think it's going to get better before it gets worse. And while injuries are starting to pile up for them, they're at least getting wins, and I think a lot of that has to do with they literally got 2 Hall of Famers on their team. They got the best player in the world on their team as well in Nikola Jokic, and they put an end to Oklahoma City Thunder's undefeated streak. The Milwaukee Bucks, though, I will say, I'm intrigued to see what the first domino is going to be to fall there, because there's several things and outcomes to discuss there and look at. The main thing is trades being made. The main thing is Giannis being traded. Is that going to reach that point this time this season? I don't know. I don't think so. If it did, mind blown, because it's rare that a top 3 player, and I'm trying to think outside of like KD, I don't think we've like really experienced like a top 3 player, player in the world get traded. It kind of also feels like the Bucks being so mediocre and disappointing and lackluster, not even just, are they trying to test the limits? Not just, like Giannis kind of feels very forgotten. I saw a graphic, and I kind of forgot it for a second, but the Bucks don't even have a Christmas game this year, and that was kind of the person that made the graphic was kind of like saying, hey, this is kind of the NBA. They made it. The NBA trying to like acknowledge that a little bit this year. Maybe they know he's going to get traded. That's a bit of a joke there. I will also, under the same realm, is the 76ers, but at least they're planning on their main guys playing, and then that's going to start building the momentum there for them. We had a loaded Wednesday, which wrestling-wise we did, NBA-wise we did, which is the main thing we want to discuss. That way I can at least say there's something to talk about NBA notes-wise. Speaking of the 76ers, PG returned to LA, which anytime he got the ball, the fans booed, which it's very Saquon Barkley-esque, where the fans loved him and appreciated him. And the main reason he's not there is because the team didn't want to give him the contract he wanted. And he went to a team that was willing to do that and putting him still. No fucking way. Out of everybody to fall. Yep. Alright. That's it. That's it. I'm not even. That's disappointing. That sucks. 76ers, Clippers. What else, man? I don't know. I think he still has low because I've seen like several like graphics and things and podcast notes saying that he loved being with the Clippers and whatnot, but it would have been insane for him to go back. I feel because it just would have been the same thing over and over again, which is literally insanity. But I guess the Clipper fans are mainly upset that they didn't get anything back for him, and they don't have that third star there or another star there to help Harden out because Kawhi's out. I don't know. Thinking a little bit too deep with that. Celtics Warriors was a good matchup. National televised game. Pistons and Hornets, who have been impressive at the start of this season, which granted, all they had just, they didn't have to do much to be an improvement over last season because the Pistons had a historically bad season, and the Hornets were without LaMelo for a great majority of the time. But they had a great matchup take place with a buzzer beater into the game. And then the main thing that took my attention, we're going to do one more game. I don't care. The thing that took my attention Wednesday night, Lakers, Grizzlies. I appreciate / can acknowledge, because this is how it should be. Teams that face off in the playoffs, which granted Lakers Grizzlies was 2 seasons ago, and it still is carrying over and feels like it. I guess because mainly the Lakers are the same. Grizzlies, a lot of changes have happened since then, but I appreciate when the animosity carries over, and it did feel like that was the case very much in this game. We got a little bit too feisty with Ja having to leave the game with injury, which you never want to freaking see, and I feel that I had to talk about that a little bit too much on the show, but hopefully it is all good. But once this video is wrapped up filming, I'm going to be watching that game again because they play the replays several times, but only the day after. So I got to try to enjoy as much of it as I can. Wrestling-wise, mainly AEW, Dynamite, and NXT. I can't really dwell into too much because, like I said, a lot of my attention was on Grizzlies and Lakers. My main thing that I cared about for NXT was seeing RVD back in the ECW arena, and I thought that he would have a match. Maybe at some point. I got first place. I didn't even know. I thought I got second place. Maybe they're setting up a match for him and Wesley to take place. But it was nice to see RVD back. Jada Parker and Lola Vice had a great matchup from all the clips and things I've seen of that nature. Rhino was there. The Deadline special is returning in December. I believe December 7th, but I'm not 100% sure. Dynamite, Powerhouse Hobbs is back. Will Ospreay is back. I don't know how I feel. I know how I feel about this main angle going on in AEW with... I'm glad that they're now calling Jon Moxley's group the Death Riders, because I kept getting tired of referring to them as the Blackpool Combat Club because it needed to change, and I'm glad that they've made that change. I'm not the biggest fan of this angle. I do appreciate that they're trying to make new stars or give spotlight to the established stars and underrated stars and Orange Cassidy and Darby Allin, and they need to step up. And this week was a kind of bit different. Why does everybody feel the need to grab me? This week felt a bit different because they didn't do where everybody comes out to attack everybody and they're beating up everybody and etc. I don't know. And like I said with AEW, the main thing that I want to talk about is the Continental Classic, which a fantasy booking The Continental Classic will be coming at some point this month. When exactly, I don't know. I guess I could start working on it now because I played another round. So if there's anything else I needed to discuss, it is Schlippy. Oh, this is, and like, I'm just throwing this out there. I don't know anything about it. ROH, can y'all announce something? AW/ROH. Can y'all announce something for Final Battle? Can you announce where Final, like, I saw a tweet about it, I believe from Jacob Cohen, who tweets a lot of great wrestling things, mainly like live event results. But he was he tweeted like, "I'm surprised there's nothing been announced about Final Battle." It's kind of, somewhat understandable. Sadly, I would imagine if they didn't do Final Battle, that would be heartbreaking to me. I will say that would be heartbreaking to me. And if I had a special request, please don't have it in Texas, because Texas had Death Before Dishonor and a whole month's worth of freaking tapings. I would love if they did it at the Hammerstein Ballroom, because that's where Final Battle was almost every year, and it would be a great setting to return there. But I have my doubts, considering they are taking their sweet time with it. That's just something I wanted to get off my chest. But we'll have more Ring of Honor thoughts, as tomorrow will be another Ring of Honor TV review. Like I've already said, I've already filmed the next episode in our WCW My GM mode. If there's anything else that needs to be, any other videos that need to be made, anything else that needs to be said, it will be done at a later time and date, because that is the end of this video. We did not get far in any of these Fall Guys matchups. So granted, I'm extremely tired and was concentrated on making the NFL predictions. So maybe next week we do a little bit better. So does that mean we're going to be playing Fall Guys again? Probably, but it's not guaranteed. So I'll see you then. I'll see you in the next video. Hopefully you enjoyed it all. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you when I see you, because I'm